Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 4 of Australian Pro Wrestling. Now, if you do want to play TEW 2020, you can find a link to purchase that in the description down below. So make sure you do that if you do want to play the game, and of course, you can then play along with a similar series to me if you choose to do so. Anyway, we do have to advance here. We also have the end of the month, so I kind of want to see a bit of the financial breakdown because obviously we bought the broadcaster. So we're gonna be, probably a little bit in the red as far as the month goes. But I do think from now on we will actually be making money. At least I hope we will anyway. Now, one other thing I do want to do is possibly, maybe not right now, but in the future of this series, towards a little bit of a later time, I want to look at trying to convince someone from another country that doesn't have Australia as one of their playable nations, because that is something that has changed with TEW 2020. And of course, this series is kind of, while it's still focused on APW, I did want to try out a few different things, such as the new broadcaster, even though it's still fairly similar to the last one. But yeah, I just wanted to try out a few different things. Probably would have been smarter to maybe use a company that had a bit more money, so we could throw around some of the new features like the training schools and stuff like that. But obviously that'll probably happen with BCG and the real world series that I'm going to be bringing out in the future as well. Alright, so we made a $71,000 loss. However, I think we're kind of up a little bit. I think, did we start with 60,000 or 50,000? I can't remember. Either way, I think we're going to be okay. Anyway, let's get into the next TV show. And of course, we're going to continue going with GERARD taking on Scotty Hampstead for the Commonwealth title. And of course, Christopher Gerard's, I would say, vendetta against Goliath Global. Alrighty, so let's again book a generic venue in New South Wales. And let's start booking. Now, something that was mentioned to me is that we need to actually use a road agent note to progress certain storylines. As you can see, there's advanced storyline here. And we need to be doing that to essentially continue the storylines, and hopefully this will make them, preventable from becoming stagnant. And, sort of keeping the interest. So yeah, we're going to make sure we do that. Anyway, let's book our matches first of all. Now, I think we want to have a Scotty match as our main event. So Scotty Hampstead. And I think he can take on someone that's well known. I think Nighthawk, yeah. Nighthawk would be a pretty good match for him. We'll give it 15 minutes. Again, the whole match length is pretty interesting with APW. They kind of like shorter matches, which I find pretty interesting because obviously I'm kind of used to booking BCG to the point where we're not exactly looking to shorten matches. We're actually looking to sort of extend them most of the time. As far as our tag team match goes, we think we want to still continue with the same storyline that we were going with, the duo and Samoan Demolition. But what we might do is just change it slightly. So let's go a triple threat tag team match. And then I think we'll put the teams that are not in that storyline together. So Fox and Possum. I'd like to use the Apocalypse, but yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. And I guess we'll go Positive Energy in there as well. And I think I do want to give the heel tag team the victory as well, which is Wilkes and Lydecker. So we'll give Lidecker the victory there. And then I think they can verse the duo on the next show. It's sort of like a number 1 contenders match. Essentially giving the duo another opportunity. Alright, so that's not too bad. Let's go another match. I think we might... Let's go like a specialty match. I kind of want to put maybe... Make a default match. Maybe I quit. Let's have a look. I kind of want to go back to my defaults anyway. I quit. Let's make it a 10-minute I quit match. It's going to be on TV. It's going to actually start the show off, and we will do Dexter Mattel. And who was he feuding with? I've completely forgotten. It was... Yeah. Let me go back. I want to check the storyline again. Alright, Mason. Barney Mason, that's right. Alright, so Dexter and Barney. I quit match. Only going to be 10 minutes long. Nothing too serious. And I think we'll give the victory to Barney. I think Dexter did get a pinfall victory in the 6-man tag recently. So that's gonna be an interesting match, I think. Let's do some angles as well. So let's have a Goliath global angle all together. So Victor Goliath, along with Scotty Hamstead, Massacre, and is it Reggie? Yeah. Let's just have those two talking. Just Goliath and Scotty. And of course, they're pretty much going to be addressing... They're going to be addressing Christopher Gerard. We then want another angle for... Let's go Brisbane Devil and King Malietoa. And again, this one will be on Menace, so it's not too bad. Yeah, I'm just wondering, we probably... do we? I mean, I think we actually could, so let's try a road agent note here. And we'll have it advance this storyline. There we go. That's how you got to book the custom angles. Or at least I think it is. And we'll put it before that match. And then I guess we'll give... I kind of want to do like a... Is there an interview? So there's an interview by manager... Alright, so let's just try this. I don't really think it's going to work, but let's go Frank as the interviewer. And then we'll go Barney. I don't really want it to be on Overness, though. That's the only problem. And that is going to also advance the Mason Mattel storyline there as well. Kind of just to I want to see what happens. And I think that's going to kick us off, depending on how... Yeah, so this can be the storytelling match as well. We might have to put one more match on the card, although we are kind of in time. Alright, let's go one more angle, if it'll work, So Christopher Gerard on Scotty. Actually, let's go on Victor. And we'll have this one advance the storyline as well. And that'll go before his match. Maybe it's, yeah, I'll explain it when it's playing. Let's also do a quick little pre-show match here as well. And we'll have Damien Dastardly and Lothar Prelinger. And they can take on... Yeah, Suburban Legend and Alex McQuarrie. I do think we'll give the victory to Suburban Legend. And Lothar can take a loss. Alright, there we go. That's a good pre-show match. Let's run it. First TV show of the episode. Starting off with a 38, we have Suburban Legend and Alex McQuarrie defeating Damien Dastardly and Lothar Prellinger in 9:47, when Suburban Legend pinned Lothar with a Legend Killer. Unfortunately, Suburban Legend off his game, but it is only the pre-show. Okay, that really didn't work how I wanted it to. I think I might just stick to the custom angles. Either way, I mean, it got a 42. Obviously, Frank's not having an upcoming singles match, but let's just pretend that Frank was hyping up the upcoming singles match involving Barney Mason. But yeah, 42 is not too bad. And then, of course, we go into a 41 rated I Quit match, where we do have Barney Mason defeating Dexter Mattel in an I Quit match in 9:51 by submission with a full Nelson. Pretty random finisher there. Don't really see Phil Nelson's. I think the last one was probably Chris Masters. Anyway, moving on to a 49, where we have the Menace angle from Samoan Demolition. Basically just looking really scary, because that's what they are, just scary. I mean, they're pretty talented as well, but yeah, they're just an angle to show how dominant they are over the rest of the tag division. And a 49's pretty good, but then again, it is rated on Menace. We then go into a 40 for the Triple Threat Tag Team match, where we get Wilkes and Lydecker defeating Fox and Possum and Positive Energy in 10:17. The order of elimination was Positive Energy first, and then Fox and Possum. Also have Lydecker off his game, despite betting, he got the victory there. You love to see it. We then go into a 61. I mean, GERARD is our star. I would say so is Victor Goliath in regards to a manager and a personality. But yeah, we do have Christopher GERARD, and he finds Victor Goliath alone just before the main event, and basically corners him into a small little, not crevice, but like a small little dark area, and GERARD is like pretty adamant that he's going to do some horrible things to Scotty at the next pay-per-view and win the Commonwealth title. Essentially taking it away from Goliath Global. A really good angle there, though. The main event, not so great, only getting a 45, where we have Scotty Hamstead defeating Nighthawk in 14:33 by pinfall with a hammer time. Scotty did perform pretty well, though, getting a 52 in-ring performance there. And of course, we've got one more angle, which gets a 53, and of course we have Victor Goliath standing tall with the winning Scotty Hamstead, and of course Massacre and Reggie Tate, essentially by Victor's side, making sure that GERARD can't get anywhere near him again. After the pretty much what they saw happen prior to that main event. Alright, overall show rating getting us a 47, which is not too bad. Again, only increasing our popularity in the other 7 regions. But the popularity, it is growing in those other regions with our broadcasters, so it's definitely working, which is what I was kind of hoping to see from it. The viewing figures, 0.03, which is just shy of 23,000 people. Not too bad. Alrighty. Let's have a quick look at the size here. So we're actually up to 19s in Victoria and Queensland. And we're also up to a 1 in Western Australia, Tasmania, and New Zealand. So pretty much everything except for New South Wales has gone up 1 point since January. So progress, definite progress. And yeah, let's advance into the next show, because we are going to continue our other sort of big storyline we got going on at the moment. And that is, of course, the agency. And yeah, debonair David Peterson is going to actually recruit his first stable member, I guess. I mean, it's pretty obvious who it is at this point. But we're gonna see how it plays out. I do like Boo Smithson. He's another Aussie wrestler. As you can see, he's not really that hardcore based, but he does work for DIW, which is the hardcore Australian Federation. We might actually sign him. I think he's pretty old now, though. I think he's like maybe 39 or 40. But he's a really, really solid hand. Very talented. I think he's got high basics, like very high, and decent psychology as well. Probably should have checked it when his stats were up then. I mean, I would love to play as 5-star as well. What an interesting save that would be. Alrighty. Let me just check medical. So Warmonger's still going to be out for another 16 days. It's a little bit frustrating. Also worth mentioning, I turned the injury frequency down to low, as I didn't really want a repeat of what happened on BCG. Oh, nice. Successful rib there as well. Alright, again, let's just go generic venue. And let's start booking. Now, the first match I want to book is Damien Dastardly, and he's going to be taking on... I don't know who he's going to be taking on. Maybe Alex McQuarrie. Could go Chuck again. I think they verse each other. Right? Let's go Chuck. They have not versed each other, so that's perfect. I do think we'll give it 10 minutes. We'll give him a little bit of a show. It's going to be a storytelling match as well, with the sort of ramifications happening afterwards as well. Let's also have Debonair on commentary. And we need Lanny as our road agent. Alright. Also want to chuck in an angle, and it's called... Well, of course it's going to be Debonair and Damien. And it's going to be... Well, it's essentially going to be Debonair recruiting... I guess offers... a contract, I guess, would be what he would kind of do. Gives Damien a contract to join the agency. Yeah, I feel like that kind of plays into the whole agency storyline. Like, they give contracts. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Alright, anyway, moving on. We want a GERARD match for this main event. I think we might actually do... Let's do a tag match again. And let's have GERARD team up with... Who is a good face? I mean, Dingo. Dingo kind of is... Yeah, maybe... Yeah, we'll go Harry. Harry Simonson. And I think they can take on... Lone Shark and... do I want to do Felix? Kind of don't. And I don't want to do these guys either, because we have to put them in a tag match. Let's go Hate Monger. I know it's kind of a bit of an impromptu tag team. But it's more just for a pretty easy victory for GERARD. And I think I want to put Victor on commentary as well. I'm not sure if he can comment, is any good at commentating, but that's what we're going to do. And then after the match, let's have a big cluster of kind of everything going down. So we'll have Scotty come out, we'll have Massacre come out, Reggie, and who else is in the match? It was Hate Monger and Lone Shark. And they're basically just going to attack both Christopher Gerard and Harry Simonson. So we'll do entertainment there for Victor. And then we want to do fighting pretty much for everyone else. Maybe selling for these two. Just kind of want to see what happens. And let's do success for all of the Victor Goliath members. And again, we want to advance the storyline. Yeah, I think that works. That's basically just a massive beatdown after the match. And then finally, we need to do the number 1 contenders tag team match. So we'll do the duo and Wilkes and Lydecker. And of course, we'll give Rusty the victory there. The duo getting another chance to become the tag team champions. And I think let's give the duo an angle as well. I feel like they kind of deserve it. So Donovan and Rusty. We might have that going first, actually. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. I mean, we could essentially add another angle. Interesting. I mean, what other storylines do we have? Okay, I know what I want to do. Let's go with Wilkes and Lydecker. Oops, Lydecker. And they are both gonna just basically beat down on I think it's Casey and Chuck who are in their storyline. We'll give it only 4 minutes. I don't think it needs to really be 5 minutes long. And it's going to be that one. And that can just come after their tag team match because they're frustrated. They go backstage, they see positive energy, and they turn it into some real negative energy, if you know what I mean. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let's do another pre-show match. For this one, I think we want to use Massacre and Reggie. And we can have them take on Barney. Let's actually go Fox and Possum. A proper tag team match. Only on the pre-show, of course, so it doesn't really matter too much, but let's give Massacre the victory. Alright, there we go. Let's run the last TV show of the episode. Starting off with a 45, where we have Massacre and Reggie Tate defeating Fox and Possum in 9:57, when Massacre pinned Richie Fox with a black descent. Yeah, just a pretty good match. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting it to do as well. I mean, I think that's the same as our main event got on the last episode of TV, of This Is War. Anyway, we start the show off with a 40 for the duos angle. Of course, they're essentially hyping themselves up. You know, they want to become tag team champions, even though Samoan Demolition stand in their way. Pretty good tag team match. 45 here for the number 1 contenders match, where we do have the duo defeating Wilkes and Lydecker in 10:01 when Rusty Mills pinned Warren Lydecker with a double down. And our new number 1 contenders, the duo. We'll book that one in for Big Night Out. Should we go for like a specialty match? Let's go for a specialty tag team match. Hardcore. Let's try a hard. Oh, that's too many people. Let's try a hardcore match. Haven't really done it yet. I'm not sure if the duo are going to be any good at hardcore. I mean, it looks like Samoan Demolition will pull their own. Yeah, I mean, a 37 for Rusty, 34 for Donovan. I mean, it doesn't look too good. Let's just say that. Definitely doesn't look too good. And, yeah, well, it's not going to be too good. So, once again, the duo going to fall short. And unfortunately, going to lose another opportunity for the tag titles. I already made Fox and Possum that... Alright. I think I did that last episode, didn't I? Yeah. Alright, we're going to remove that. Okay, well, I'll remove it later. Or, actually, we can probably just move that. So, I want to move that. Oh, I can't do it during the PM. Okay, never mind. I'll move it later. Moving on to a 37, where we have Wilkes and Lydecker absolutely destroying Casey and Chuck. Of course, positive energy. Only got a 37, but again, not too sure how well these sort of fighting angles rate. I mean, maybe if we put selling for Casey and Chuck, might have worked a little bit better. Anyway, moving on to Chuck's match. Of course, he just got the absolute crap beaten out of him. Only gets a 34, but we do have Damien Dastardly defeating Chuck in 9:35 by pinfall with a Dastardly cunning. And of course, Damien being scouted. And of course, Debonair David Peterson getting in the ring after his match, offering him a contract to join the agency. Pretty good rating, actually, getting a 46 there. Hoping that's going to help out Damien's popularity a little bit. And yeah, we have our first stable member of the agency. The main event does really well, getting a 52, where we have Christopher Gerard and Harry Simonson defeating Lone Shark and Hatemonger in 14:46 when Christopher Gerard pinned Hatemonger with a T-bone suplex. And as you'd expect, Gerard carried the match with a 54 in-ring performance. That's pretty solid main event. I'm happy with that one. And then the final angle getting a 50 as well. So pretty good angle to follow the main event. And of course we have all the members of Goliath Global. And then we also have Hatemonger and Lone Shark assisting them in beating the absolute crap out of Gerard and Simonson. What I think I might do is have Simonson take on Lone Shark at the pay-per-view as well. So let's pre-book that one in. Just a regular singles match. And it's going to be Simonson and Lone Shark. And I think we'll give him a decent time. We'll give him 14 minutes. And I think I want Lone Shark to win. And I think they can call the match as well. I do actually like Lone Shark. That should be said. So, going to get a pretty good opportunity, I think, anyway. Alright, let's finish the show. We get a 48. Again, still not increasing popularity in New South Wales, but every other region is being taken care of with our personal broadcaster, so it's good, but it's not great. Alright. Viewing figures looks exactly the same, essentially. 0.03 again. I think we just slightly got more. 22,900. I think we had 22,800 for the last TV show. I might be wrong, but that's what I think we got. Anyway, let me jump in to pre-booking, and we want to change that to the TV show. So we're going to have, yeah, Samoan Demolition are going to take on Fox and Possum on the next episode. It's kind of a warm-up match. I mean, the title can be on the line. Let's put the titles on the line. I mean, you can kind of see where we're going. Samoan Demolition, you know, they're getting pushed pretty hard. They're getting pushed pretty hard. For good reason as well. They're both really good and absolute monsters, so it works out. Anyway, the next thing I want to just quickly check is popularity. And, yeah, I think we're exactly the same. Actually, we actually gained quite a lot of popularity. We've gone from 16 when the game started up to 19 in those two regions. Yeah, I'm definitely happy about that. I think that's... I mean, does that have more to do with spillover? Probably not. I think it has more to do with our broadcaster. Anyway, we have a look at our broadcaster. Yeah. I mean, I wonder how much it would actually cost us to upgrade it. Let's have a quick look. Okay, so this is how you do it. You just click increase. Interesting to see that some regions are quite a bit cheaper than other regions. Like the US is the most expensive out of all the base level, you know, coverage. 41,000. We then have Mexico and British Isles very low. Very interesting. I feel like Mexico would probably be the smartest one to go for next, because we would actually get a proper TV deal with some spillover into the US as well. Interesting. It's going to cost us 105,000 to upgrade for Oceania, which is probably what we want to do next anyway, if we decide to spend our money. If we actually make any money, that should be said. Hopefully the pay-per-view will tip us over. But one other thing I want to look at. Let's have a look at Damien Dastardly. Just want to have a quick look at his popularity. So he's got a 48 in New Zealand, where he's obviously very, very over. And to track progress. So I'm wondering if he's actually gotten up to 47 because of our TV, our broadcaster. I think that might be the case. Because he's gone up to 18 in New South Wales, 17 in Victoria, and some other pretty decent increases. Relatively quickly as well, I would say. Yeah, that's very interesting, but let's quickly add him to the stable as well. So modify, and then we'll go Damien Dastardly. And I think we'll make him the heir. Obviously, Debonair is the leader, and I think he wants to push Damien as the heir to the company, or to the agency, if you will. Obviously, you know, Damien's going to have some input on who is recruited next. And I think Debonair has some pretty good ideas going forward as well. Anyway, apart from that, it's going to wrap up the episodes, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you could smash the like button, it'd be much appreciated. And make sure you are subscribed to the channel, because we're going to have a lot more content coming out in the future. Of course, BCG going to continue. And then, of course, once the full game is released, we will have a real-world mod coming out as well. It's going to be set in the past. And I'm really looking forward to it, because I don't want to give too much away. You'll just have to wait and see what it is. But I think you'll all be pleasantly surprised and kind of happy. Either way, that's it for me. As always, take it easy, and goodbye.